Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody on your feet, because it's time for another round of Will Timmy Eat It? We've brought back Timmy, the world's pickiest eater, for today's exciting game. Here are the rules. I'll give you 3 hints about what Timmy won't eat. Then I'll show you several different dishes. If you think Timmy will eat the dish, give me 2 thumbs up. But if you think Timmy won't eat it, then give me 2 thumbs down. If you're wrong, take a seat. But if you get it right, stay standing. Everybody got it? Great! Let's begin. Here are your 3 hints for today's game. Timmy will not eat anything that swims. Timmy will not eat anything that flies. Timmy will not eat anything purple. All right, here's our first dish for the day. It's salmon. Will Timmy eat it? Remember, 2 thumbs up if you think Timmy will eat it, and 2 thumbs down if you don't. Time's up! Since salmon swims, Timmy will definitely not eat it. All right, let's try another. Looks like we have grapes. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or down. Time's up! Since these grapes are purple, Timmy will definitely not eat it. Okay, let's see our next dish. It looks like we have an ostrich egg. What do you think? Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Since ostriches do not fly, Timmy will eat it. Looks like our next dish is eggplant. Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Since eggplant is purple, Timmy will definitely not eat it. All right, let's try another. Looks like we have sushi. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Time's up! Since sushi is made from fish and fish swim, Timmy will definitely not eat it. Okay, we've got 2 rounds left. Our next dish is Brussels sprouts. Will Timmy eat it? Time's up! Believe it or not, Timmy will actually eat Brussels sprouts. Okay, everyone, this is our final round. Our last dish is pizza. Will Timmy eat it? It's time to decide. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Time's up! Timmy will definitely eat pizza. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for playing. Will Timmy eat it?
Yeah. Hey everyone. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I have upcycled my 2-wheel scooter for this really cool, faster 3-wheel scooter. Man, I wish I had my old scooter back. It was so much easier. I know this one is better, but the other one is easier. See, we all feel that way at times, don't we? It's hard to be content when things don't work out like we want them to. Remember what contentment is? Contentment is learning to be okay with what you have. In our story today, our friends faced some difficult times and wanted to go back to what was easier. Now, I don't blame them sometimes, but if they do, they're going to miss out on what God has planned for them. So hang out with us today as we see how contentment makes a difference. Well, I keep practicing. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, oh no!
playing you? You? Alright everyone, get up on your feet, shake out those legs, shake those arms, shake your head, and let's get moving! This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. Everybody move to the left. Everybody move to the right.
Move to the right.
Now running man, run, running man. And dab, another dab.
Don't stop.
And dab,
Don't stop.
and dab. Now the girls sit down.
Boys, wave your arms, it's a
And
touchdown.
the boys sit down. Girls wave your arms, show the talk on the town. Everybody stand up and raise your arms up to the sky. Yeah, and now put them back down again. Nah, put your arms up. Put them back down again. No. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. Now you gotta understand that God gave you some hands. So raise those hands in the air and give someone a high five, like you really do care.
Oh, yeah.
High five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five. Face the front and let me see you in slow. Now pose, clap your hands. That's some good moving. But now we're gonna go pro. Can you keep up? I don't know. Here we go. Now bop. Bop, bop, bop. Superman. Batman. Superman. Batman. Box step. Box step. And the robot freeze. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. This is called the moving song, moving song, moving song. Everybody flossing. Come on. I wanna see everybody flossing. Am I doing it right, Mark? No, not really. I wanna see everybody flossing. I wanna see everybody flossing. Show us your favorite move. I wanna see everybody moving. I wanna see everybody moving.
It's not looking good, everybody. It's not looking good. Sorry. I'm Erica, and I'm distraught. I just left the bike repair shop. I had to ride my scooter to get here. My bike! My favorite bike! My newly renovated classic, the beautiful bike! Is broken! There's a chance it could be repaired, but there's also a chance my bicycle has seen her last ride. It's not looking good, guys. I apologize. I'm not very good today at showing contentment. Contentment is learning to be okay with what you have. But how can I be okay with my bike I may not have anymore? The memories. Oh, I did the wrong hand. I'll sure miss that old girl. You know, I don't think I'll ever be happy again. Unless they're able to repair my bike. Or unless I can save up enough money to buy a new bike. But until then, I guess I'm gonna have to be sad. Because my bike is broken. Because it's broken. In today's story, we'll hear about some people who were stuck somewhere between where they used to be and where they wanted to go. If only they could have been okay with what they had in the present. Hey! I have a scooter! I can ride it to the store to go look at new bikes! Bye, guys! The store is the other way.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Exodus, chapters 16 and 17.
The Israelites had lived as slaves in Egypt for hundreds of years, but God worked miraculous signs and parted the waters of the Red Sea to lead them to freedom.
Sing to the Lord, He'll bring the honor. He's gone, Pharaoh's horses and chariot drivers into the Red Sea.
God's people were free, but it didn't take long for all that singing and celebrating to turn into whining. The Israelites complained to their leader, Moses.
You must want all of us to die of hunger out here.
Yeah, we had it good in Egypt. All the food we wanted.
You do remember you were slaves, right?
But we had so much meat we could barbecue every day.
The people continued to grumble, so Moses took their complaints to the Lord.
The people don't trust you to give them food.
I will rain down bread from heaven for you. The people must go out each day. Have them gather enough bread for that day.
Moses and Aaron called the people of Israel together to share God's words.
Come to the Lord. He has heard you speak against him.
As Aaron spoke, the glory of the Lord appeared as a cloud in the desert. Once again, God spoke to Moses.
Tell the people, when the sun goes down, you will eat meat. In the morning you will be filled with bread. Then you will know that I am the Lord your God.
Moses and Aaron told the people everything that God had said.
In the evening, you will know that the Lord brought you out of Egypt, and in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord. He will give you meat to eat in the evening. He'll give you all the bread you want in the morning.
Ha! Seeing is believing.
Then you should probably look over there.
Whoa.
A large flock of quail, more birds than anyone had ever seen, settled upon the camp like a twittering, fluttering ocean.
Quail barbecue for dinner!
That evening, everybody in the camp ate their fill. And in the morning, heavy dew settled on the ground. And as it dried, it left something behind.
What's this?
Looks like snow.
Like what?
The stuff that falls on mountaintops.
Flaky, white, tastes like honey.
This is manna. It's the bread the Lord has given you to eat. Gather only as much as you need for the day.
What about tomorrow?
Don't keep any of it until morning. God will give us what we need then.
The Israelites gathered up the manna, sharing until each family had enough.
Manna cakes, manna pudding, manna tostadas.
Manna and quail pizza.
Some people disobeyed God and tried to keep leftovers until the next day.
Ew.
But any manna kept overnight, filled with maggots. As long as the Israelites stayed in the desert, the Lord provided fresh manna for them to eat every single morning.
Time to move camp.
The Israelites soon moved to their next camp in Rephidim, and although manna was plentiful, fresh water was not.
Seriously? I am so parched.
Even though God had worked miracle upon miracle and provided food from nowhere, the Israelites still panicked. They turned on Moses once again.
Give us water to drink right now.
Why are you arguing with me? Don't you trust the Lord?
Why did you lead us out of Egypt?
At least we had water there. Now we're all going to die of thirst.
The Israelites were so angry they actually picked up stones to throw at Moses. Frustrated, Moses cried out to the Lord.
What am I gonna do with these people? They're ready to kill me.
Go out in front of the people. Take the walking stick you used when you struck the Nile River. I will stand there in front of you by the rock at Mount Horeb. Hit the rock, then water will come out of it.
Thank you, Lord.
Moses called the leaders and the people of Israel together.
Come up with me to the rock at Mount Horeb.
The huge rock overshadowed Moses as he walked beneath it, walking stick held high.
Now see what God will do.
Moses struck the rock. Immediately, God caused cold, clear water to gush from the rock, forming a rushing stream below.
Not bad.
Yeah, I guess it beats Egypt. For now.
Over and over, God showed that He would care for His people, but still the Israelites were tempted to long for what they had before, in spite of their newfound freedom.
The Israelites were slaves in Egypt, but then God rescued them and brought them into freedom. You'd think they would be overjoyed, but instead, they whined and complained about what they didn't have. Now, it's easy for us to look back at the Israelites and think, how could they act that way? Didn't they realize what God had done for them? But the truth is, we can sometimes whine and complain when we don't immediately get what we want. Sometimes we look backwards, like when we start a new school year. My teacher last year didn't give us much homework. Sometimes we look to the future, like when we're waiting for something exciting. I want Christmas to be here right now! We spend all this time looking backward and forward that we completely forget to look at what we have right now. For instance, right now, I may not have a bicycle, but I do have a scooter. What about you? Think about it. Don't think about what you don't have. Think of what you do have. It could be a favorite toy or a favorite thing to wear. Could be friends. Could be a place to sleep at night. Could be family. What do you have right now? I can tell you one thing you have, no matter who you are. You have a God who loves you so much that He sent His Son Jesus to die for you. And that will always be true. Here's the one thing to remember today. Don't miss out on what you have right now. Right now, I have a good attitude. I've got strength and energy. And I've got a scooter to ride around on. I'm so content. I'll see ya. Vroom.
Over and over again, God had given the Israelites everything they needed for their journey. God had led them out of slavery into freedom. God had provided food for them in the desert and water from a rock. But the Israelites kept complaining because they kept thinking about the way things were before. It's easy for us to look back and think, come on, Israelites? It seems so obvious that they should have trusted God along the way. But remember, we can say that because we know the end of their story. And the same thing that happened with them can happen with us. We can miss out on what God is doing in our lives if we forget to look for it. So remember, this is our bottom line. Don't miss out on what you have now. If we're in a situation that we're really not sure about, we can easily focus on the past or worry about what might happen in the future. But a big part of contentment is learning to be grateful for the good things in our life right now. It's learning to trust God no matter what. You see, God is always providing for us, and we can be content when we remember that we can trust Him no matter what. And we'll always have the best reason to be content when we remember that God sent Jesus to be our Savior. Because Jesus died on the cross, we can have a relationship with God that will last forever. The truth is, all of us can struggle with wanting more and more things, can't we? But we have to remember that we'll only find true contentment in our relationship with God. Our memory verse for this month can help us remember to be thankful. We can find it in Luke chapter 12, verse 15. And Jesus is saying this, okay? He says this, "Then He said to them, watch out, be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has." You see, it's easy to look back at the way things used to be. Or we can look forward to things that we hope will happen in the future. But let's not miss out on what God is doing in our lives right now. That's how we find true contentment. You can learn to be content and thankful this Thanksgiving season, so let's practice being thankful and learning contentment about where we're at right now with our friends and with our families. Hey friends, we've come to the end of another great time together. But next week, we're going to continue looking at how we can be content. So I'm going to see you all next week, all right? All right, later, Gator. Bye, guys. Adios. See you next week. Bye.
Dear God, I don't have any friends around here who have 4 older brothers. I get handed down hand-me-downs. Everything has someone else's name scratched on it. I have books for school with Jackson's name all the way through it. I have a shirt with Jacob's name on it, and I don't even want to talk about Joseph. God, it seems like nothing I have is really mine. It's always just someone else's leftovers, like the skateboard. It was Jacob's, and it was ancient. Like, it should have been in a museum, but instead of getting a new skateboard, I got his. I didn't even want to ride it. I just kind of tossed it somewhere in the garage until Jacob asked if I wanted to fix it up. He does stuff like that. He knows a lot about repairs on his car and bikes and things, so we started working on it together. He let me do what I wanted. It was going to be mine, he said, so it should look like it belongs to me. So I chose purple for the deck, added some new grip tape, replaced the wheels, and added some flames. Oh yeah. Jacob said it was wild. God, sometimes I forget how much you've given me. And most times, I forget how I really like my brothers. Julian.